The air inside the ring moved like liquid. A surface formed, smooth and vertical, impossible. It rippled once and held steady, like a sheet of water nailed into place. One Marine whispered, "What the hell?" Halo couldn't look away. It wasn't just light. It was a boundary. A wall pretending to be a door. Tyrell's voice went low, and for a second it carried something close to awe. "That's a field. A membrane." Starbuck snapped in over comms, suddenly all business. "Halo, I'm seeing a spike. Something's radiating from your position." Halo kept his eyes on the surface. "Stand by." A crackle cut through the channel. Not Starbuck. Not Galactica. A different voice, distorted and clipped, as if squeezed through a pipe too small. "Hello? This is Stargate Command. Unknown off-world team, identify." Halo froze. Tyrell's head lifted sharply. "Did you hear that?" "I heard it," Halo said. He pressed transmit, choosing words like he was defusing a bomb. "Stargate Command," Halo said. "This is Raptor 312, Colonial Fleet, remnants of the 12 colonies of Kobol. We are a colonial military craft operating with a civilian refugee fleet. We seek the home of the 13th tribe, the world we call Earth. Identify yourselves." The Stargate Command gate room came alive in red light and alarms. Technicians moved with practiced urgency. Unscheduled activations meant someone had pushed past the rules, and the rules were the only reason the world still slept at night. Major Samantha Carter was already at the console, eyes scanning diagnostics that didn't match anything on the schedule. "Incoming wormhole," a technician called. "Origin unknown." General Jack O'Neill strode in like he owned the place because he did. "Close the iris." The iris mechanism whined. Metal petals slid into place just as the gate flared. Blue-white energy surged outward in an initial blast and slammed into the closed iris with a thunderous, contained impact. Then it settled, the rippling surface stabilizing behind the metal barrier. Carter's eyes flicked over the readout. "This isn't any address I recognize," she said. "The sequence is wrong. There's no clean origin signature. It's like the gate negotiated the connection." O'Neill stared at the gate. Because of course it did. Behind the observation window, Dr. Elizabeth Weir stood with her arms folded tight, face controlled. Beside her, Dr. Rodney McCurry looked like he'd been pulled out of bed and handed an unsolvable equation. "What is it?" Weir asked over the intercom. "Unscheduled inbound," O'Neill replied without taking his eyes off the gate. "No IDC." Carter's fingers flew. "Audio channel is open." She keyed the MIC and kept her voice level. "Raptor 312, we're picking up your transmission on a wideband carrier through the wormhole. Keep your radio keyed." O'Neill leaned into the MIC right after her. "Raptor 312, this is Stargate Command on Earth. Stay clear of your device and do not attempt transit. Keep transmitting if you can." He didn't pause. "Our iris is closed. Nothing physical is coming through. Do not attempt transit." Static hissed under the low roar of the gate. Then Halo's voice returned, controlled and immediate. "Understood. No transit. Audio only." Carter watched the diagnostic spike again. Power draw fluctuated hard enough to make the readout stutter. "Sir," she warned, "wormhole stability is degrading. This isn't behaving like a normal dial-in." McKay started talking too fast. "It's forcing itself into the network. That's not how it should work," Carter finished. O'Neill leaned into the MIC again. "Raptor 312, this link is unstable. Do not attempt to send anyone through." The connection shuddered. Then it collapsed. Blue light snapped out. The gate room dropped into fluorescent silence. Then the noise returned all at once, technicians calling out timestamps, saving logs, replaying audio. The program moved fast because the program knew how quickly impossible things became disasters. Carter stared at the dead gate. The traces on the screen looked wrong in a way that made her skin itch. Weir's voice came through the intercom, controlled but urgent. Major Carter. Yes, I need to know what that was, Weir said. And I need to know whether it threatens Atlantis. McKerry jabbed at the monitor. Everything threatens Atlantis. But that was humans. Somewhere else. Somewhere very else. O'Neill rubbed his forehead. We just got a phone call from refugees with a mythology problem. Carter didn't look up. It wasn't a standard call, she said. It was coerced. Something on their end pushed until the gate gave it a path. If something could push the gate once, it could try again. Back under the dead moon, the shimmering surface vanished as quickly as it had formed. The chamber went dark. Tyrol killed the power feed, hands unsteady despite him. It's down, he said. Halo stared at the dead ring for one long second, then forced himself to move. Galactica, he said, voice steady by effort, we made contact. Human. They identify as Stargate Command, on Earth. A pause. The kind of pause that meant everyone on the other end had stopped breathing. Adama's voice returned, low and controlled. Say again. They confirmed Earth, Halo said. They kept their security shutter closed and called it an iris. They said nothing physical could come through. They ordered us to stay clear of the device and not attempt transit. We held it to audio only. The connection collapsed before we could stabilize it. Starbuck's voice came in quieter than usual. Earth, she said, as if the word had weight. Tyrol stared at the ring like it might wake up again. It worked, he whispered, almost like he didn't want to jinx it. Halo looked at the couplers, at the cable, at the switch. This was a door, and doors went both ways in the worst possible moments. Chief, Halo said, pack it up. Record everything. We're leaving. Tyrol hesitated. You think it can? I think we don't know what it can do, Halo said. And I think staying here is how people die. They moved back through the tunnel, boots quiet, lamps tight. When they stepped back into the crater, the stars looked colder than before. Starbuck's Viper cut low overhead, escorting them like she didn't trust anything that felt like hope. As the Raptor lifted, Halo looked down one last time. The ring sat in the crater, silent and patient, like it didn't care whether they came back. Like it knew they would. In Galactica's CIC, Adama listened to Halo's report with his face set hard. Earth, Roslyn said softly. The 13th tribe. Tyre's mouth twisted. Or a silent trick. Adama didn't dismiss it, and he didn't embrace it. We don't know what it is, he said. But it's real enough to get us killed. He turned to Gator. Plot us away from the moon. Keep the fleet tight. We do not linger. Aye, sir, Gator said. Drop a passive buoy, Adama added. No emissions. Just something we can find again if we have to. Gator's hands moved. Aye, sir. Passive marker deployed. Roslyn's eyes stayed on the receding dot. And if it's truly Earth? Adama's answer was quiet, but it didn't bend. Then we'll earn it. The fleet rolled into the dark, and somewhere behind them on a dead moon, an ancient ring waited, silent now, but not sleeping.